What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 35 of Off the Dribble, featuring myself, Ash, and my co host, Chetan. So, these past few episodes, we've been doing a lot less free flowing discussion. Not really the roots of how our podcast started, but I think we're going to come back to some sort of discussion based stuff now. We're going to look through the standings, look through the NBA All Star starters. We're going to see like who made what, and we're gonna give you guys some hypotheticals.
Yep.
So, let's start by going to yesterday's NBA All-Star starters. So yesterday, like the TNT show is one of my favorite moments of like the NBA season where they announce this kind of stuff. They always do it pretty well.
Yeah.
Like it's like pretty hype. I don't know. Like I get
You
really
cannot,
like jumpy when like a Thunder player is about to be announced.
you can never beat those four together, bro.
Yeah, I know they're so fun. But I mean, for the most part, I mean, pretty much what I expected. But the East kind of gave me some surprises. What do you think?
Yeah. So the East, what I was looking at, Giannis, Cat, Tatum, all look good to me. Mitchell looks good to me. I think the only change I would make for that would probably be putting Cade over Brunson. I don't think that Brunson has had like as efficient of a season as he's normally had in New York. I mean, he's still averaging close to 25 points per game, but like that kind of number one option got taken over by Cat a little bit, you can see. But Cade has had an amazing season, leading the Pistons to the sixth seed right now, only 3 games back from getting home court in the playoffs with 40 games left in the regular season. So he's put them in a great place to succeed. So I feel like he deserves that starting spot.
Damn, K's not the place that they're gonna go. I was gonna say that I thought LaMelo should have got it, but I think like the way the All Star games sort of prioritize, it sort of prioritizes like flashy play, right? And like
Mm-hmm.
who's gonna be that sort of semblance of the All Star game, like more than LaMelo Ball?
Yeah.
Like we have like one-legged threes, we have like pointing at half court and shooting from it. Like this is like the kind of guy that like it just like it's stats, no wins, but just stats. He's averaging 30 points, I think close to 10 assists a game, maybe 9 assists a game, I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
He's passing the ball really well, and he has no one really to work with. Like now Brandon Miller is out. Now pretty much all he has is Mark Williams. Miles Bridges is a shell of himself.
Yeah.
So like I was surprised that after leading the fan voting for so long, like he didn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
That shocked me. I mean, obviously Donovan Mitchell, he's a lock. Like
Yeah.
with the way the Cavs have been playing, like he's one of those people that are gonna make it. Even though maybe he might not have the same counting stats that like LaMelo or Brunson or Cade, like you said, has. Just the sheer fact that they're a 36 and 8 team is
Mm-hmm.
like you got to make it. But I was shocked that Brunson made it so convincingly over LaMelo, maybe even Cade, yeah, Trey Young, etc.
Yeah, like especially like the LaMelo thing really shocks me because like now there's like a possibility that he won't even make like a reserve because of like how like deep the guards are in the West and like I in the East. I mean, especially because you do have Trey Young, you have Cade, you have players like Dame, Darius Garland, or Evan Mobley. One of those two, maybe both of them might get a All Star reserve bid. So like it's kind of crazy. I think he finished top 3 in fan voting and then top 7 in media voting, which
Yeah, you got seventh in media voting, which
yeah.
is
So like
fair
I feel
enough.
like the one thing I read is like the connotation around him is I guess like players or not players, I feel like the league doesn't take him seriously as like a winning player, I guess, because he's playing in Charlotte. But like I don't really see that's his fault. Like it's not his fault that he's not playing with another star or he has to carry the team or like his second best player on his team is injured for the rest of the season. Like I don't see how you can put the blame on him for that.
Yeah, and like he's such a like he's the definition of an all-star, I think. Like
Yeah.
and like you said, Brunson was a bit of an interesting one. Like I think he's come on pretty strong as of recent, but
Yeah.
like I don't know when this voting is done, but I don't like Cade put the team on his back.
Yeah.
Like this is a team that both of us had finishing in like the bottom three-ish, maybe that
Mhm.
11 sort of 12 range in the conference. They're comfortably six, looking to make a push at four. Like
Yep.
no one saw this coming. And if
Yeah.
Detroit gets home playoff basketball in
That
April,
atmosphere.
yeah, but like the fact that it's even a possibility, like that
Yeah.
should make him get him alone like an all-star starter role.
And they're doing all this without Jaden Ivey as well, who's out for the season. That's not being talked about enough as well. Jaden Ivey has had an incredible start to the season as well, which is like a huge
Yeah,
reason as to why they're even in this place.
yeah, exactly. But going on to the West, one thing that shocked me, one is that Wemby didn't get to start,
Yeah.
and two is that Steph did get to start.
Mm-hmm.
because like the way they described it on the telecast was that like, oh, like it's Steph Curry, like he's obviously going to start. Like I really didn't see it that way. Like I didn't like one. I thought Luca would have gotten the votes maybe, but I guess they finally realized he didn't play enough games.
Yeah.
But even players like Anthony Edwards, who like maybe hasn't had like the best season, but if you look at his like numbers, like it's not like the Warriors are like doing insane. Like they're doing terribly
So
compared
yeah,
to
that's a great point that you just brought up actually, because the Warriors are doing worse than the Timberwolves, and Anthony
yeah,
Edwards is playing better than Steph Curry is this year,
yeah,
leading the league in 3-pointers. Like that, in my opinion, doesn't make sense. He should be a lock for a reserve at this point, obviously, but
easily.
yeah.
Like again, like both of us have criticized Ant this season in terms of
Mhm.
his like inability, not inability, but like not willingness to drive the ball. Like he's taking a lot of jump shots, whatever. But
Or even
like
like his inability to kind of like take that next step like you wanted him to do, and like run an offense like consistently, like those kind of things we've knocked on him about.
yeah, but even like at this stage, like I don't think it's really an argument whether he's playing better than Steph or not. Like
Yeah,
he's definitely playing better than Steph.
100%.
And like I would have maybe even had Fox over him too. Like I
Yep,
like the way like he's been a little more inconsistent in January, but the way he started the season, like he
crazy.
started the season on a heater. I don't know. Like I guess now I'm thinking about it, the guard depth in the West isn't too much after Luca. Like you kind of get Shea, Steph, Luca, and Fox, Booker.
Booker, yeah.
And I don't know if Booker really played at that All-Star level this season.
Yeah, and the Suns aren't performing to where they need to be either. So like that,
Yeah,
like I feel like when it comes to All-Star, I don't think like yeah, that when it comes to starters and like the number of All-Stars you have, like top 1 or 2 seeds should have more than one All-Star. But when it comes to
yeah,
reserves or like maybe like a starting guard spot that's left, I think team success should be based all NBA roster should be based off of team success in my opinion, and All-Stars should be based off of like that player's
individual
ability
stats.
to like entertain fans and individual stats.
Yeah,
That's how I think. But if they're doing both of their rosters based off of team success and individual stats, I don't really understand how you're showcasing different talents in the league.
yeah. And like obviously there are some exceptions, right? Because like
Yeah,
obviously like Jokic isn't really gonna impress the fan, but like he's gonna be a starter. Like that's
yeah,
just like a given.
100%. Just
Yeah,
because his stats are so good.
yeah. But like we said for LaMelo, like if you want to highlight that kind of player who like is obviously an all-star caliber player, just not really in the best situation, like this is like the best chance to do it.
Perfect chance,
Like
exactly.
Jalen Brunson is gonna get nods for I think both of us really didn't have him making an all NBA team, I think. Maybe
Yeah, I don't. He wasn't
yeah,
on mine.
he definitely wasn't on mine. So like I think he might sneak into that third team. But I think like
Actually, yeah, I had him on my third team with Brunson, Cade, and Booker.
yeah, I had Trey and Seth. So I think this is gonna be like I think he's gonna sneak into that third team. Especially now that he got the All-Star start. But like this is the perfect chance to get someone like LaMelo some sort of media notoriety. So I
Mhm.
guess a quick discussion, right? Like how many teams do we think are gonna have multiple All-Stars? Because they did some of the discussion on the same telecast about like, oh, who are gonna be the reserves, and I saw some interesting picks. I saw um Chuck say that he thinks Jalen Green will be an All-Star and not Anthony Edwards. I, I,
Dude,
I,
I'm not
I,
gonna lie. Ever since that Western Conference Finals series, that whole TNT cast has not liked Ant, bro. They've been hating on that whole rule. I think it's hatred from Rudy is spreading down towards the rest of the team. So I just don't think they like the Wolves. That's the
it's,
crazy statement. Jalen Green over Anthony Edwards, bro. Like even
yeah.
entertainment wise, I'm pretty sure fans would rather see Ant in an All-Star game than Jalen Green.
It's an interesting take for sure. But like I was thinking about the top of my head, like I think locks for me are Thunder, Cavs, Celtics that have two All Stars.
Yep.
But
Jalen
are there any
Brown.
other teams you can think of?
Off the top of my head, no, I don't see the Grizzlies. I see the Grizzlies maybe only having one in Jaren Jackson Jr. Josh shouldn't be making it this year.
I
Going
think
down,
Jaren should make it though.
yeah, Jaren should definitely, especially with the way he's playing offensively. Like we know he's a great defender, but like that last year, like I think you mentioned this last podcast, like everybody was injured on the Grizzlies, so you knew his offensive numbers would be inflated, but he's still averaging like 20, 21 points a game on great efficiency with John next to him this year, and and a lot of their key pieces back.
Yeah.
But Rockets. There's a potential the Rockets might not even have one All-Star. That depends on if Sengun makes the team or not.
It's gonna be. He
That's gonna
deserves
be
to make it.
he deserves to make 100%, especially being a second team. But I think the Thunder are a lock for 2 All-Stars. I think J-Dub, this is the season he gets his nod. I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Charles Barkley that said, oh no, it was one of the Mavs commentators actually during one of the games yesterday that said that J-Dub should be an All-Star. So going based off of another team, going based off a commentator from another team, if he's saying that somebody from the opposing team should be an all-star, that's pretty
Yeah,
self-explanatory there.
and the whole telecast yesterday had J-Dub as an all-star. I think Chuck initially didn't, but then he said he'd
And
swap.
he swapped it after. That's what
Yeah,
I was thinking about. Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah,
Off
the
the top of my head,
Celtics, Brown
because
and Tatum, those two
locks
should be locks. Yeah.
and the Cavs, I thought too. With
Yeah.
I think Mobley and Mitchell should be a lock, and they might even have 3 if Garland finds a way in there.
Yeah. I for some reason I have a feeling Dame's gonna sneak his way in there, so it's gonna be Mobley Mitchell.
I don't know how long we're gonna keep doing the same thing, bro. I'm a little bit of a hater, but like,
I think we know where the hate stems from a little bit.
are we being serious, bro? Like okay, he's playing really well, right? But like you can like Garland's been playing better in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Like Trae Young's been playing better in my opinion. Like I think the counting stat is he averaging 25?
25, 7 and 4. I'm 45 and
Yeah.
4.
What's
He's playing pretty good, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
what's
20,
what's
20
what's Garland at? Garland at 20
Garland,
points?
Garland stats. Darius
Garland's starting the
Garland.
season.
Oh damn. 21.3, 50% from the field, 43% from 3, 7 is okay, yeah. Basically,
He's 50
just
he's
the
50
points
40
of
90,
that.
isn't he?
Yeah, he's 60 40 90.
That's what I'm saying. Like
He's
I think Trae
0.3% off in his field goal percentage from being 50 40 90. He has 49.7% from
nah.
yeah, it's basically 50 40 90. Give it to him.
And then they got Trae Young, who I think's been playing better. LaMelo Ball, who has the stats at least.
I think Trae Young is not talked about enough this season as well, especially because
Yeah.
his scoring isn't there like it's normally. Like he's not averaging 28 or 27 like he did 3 or 4 years ago, but he's dropping like 12 assists a game.
Yeah.
And that
So
Hawks team, I think both of them also in that close to 11 to 13, 14 range, like 11 to 12 range, and I think they're sitting in a play-in seed, right? 8 seed right now. Yeah. So
yeah.
they're doing pretty decent.
Yeah. I mean, like a lot of teams, I don't know, man. So the Bucks and the Lakers have 2 All-Stars. I mean, actually they're both like 4 or 5 seeds, but like we're talking about the fact that like a 2 seed Rockets team might not have 1 All-Star, and like the 10 seed Suns might have 2 All-Stars. Like, what are we doing? I don't know.
Give it like 3 years when like, well, my question to you, like before we move on, just really quick, when Steph and LeBron say they're still playing in like 2 to 3 years and they're averaging not 20 a game, like 16, 17, because that's like kind of how the progression happens of like a really good superstar. They start going from like 20 to like 17. So you think when they're averaging like 17 points per game, they're going to be making an all-star team?
I don't think LeBron will ever average only 17 points a game. Like,
okay.
Like I think he's retiring before then. But like hypothetically, yeah. Like the aura is too much, you know? Like
that's like my problem though. Like there's so many players in the league that deserve an all-star nod that haven't been an all-star yet, or like just because a player is popular doesn't mean they should be an all-star. Like that.
Like this season aside, right? Because LeBron's obviously played at an all-star starter level this season. What do you call it? Steph, we disagree on the starter part, but I'm sure we agree that he should be an all-star this season. Right?
Yeah, 100%.
He's gonna be an all-star. So like obviously once the old guard goes away, I don't see LeBron playing maybe 1 more year. But I don't really see LeBron playing too much longer.
Mm-hmm.
Steph maybe 3 more years probably at this rate. Like with the way the Warriors are mishandling him, I don't think he wants to play anywhere else. So like he's already built an empire. Like why keep playing if you're not gonna win any championships, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
They don't need the money either, 100%. So yeah. That's true.
Yeah, and
I feel like
you have
KD,
like
as long as he's in the league, like he's gonna be averaging 20, 22 points per game just off of his ability to shoot mid-range jumpers. So he'll always be
yeah,
an all-star in my eyes.
yeah, he's too nice.
Yeah.
We were talking about the Cavs and the Celtics before, and like
Perfect segue.
I think we can have a discussion because we talked about this like maybe in November, and like end of November. I think the Cavs are 14-0, and
Yep.
we are like, oh, like is it gonna continue? And I said no, it's not, and like, boy was I wrong. 'Cause this
I think
it is continued.
both of us had our speculations towards it, but like I feel like what is their record? They are 36-8.
36 today.
I mean, you guys caught up to them though.
Yeah,
Y'all
yeah, yeah,
same exact record.
yeah.
That was bound to happen. But I think this Cavs team is very underappreciated. Like people are a lot of like fans that I've talked to that like I see on a daily basis say like if they ask me like who do I think is coming out of the East, I tell them like, oh, I don't think it's going to be as easy for the Celtics. I think the Cavs have a really strong shot. Everybody comes up to me and says the Celtics got it easy. Cavs are frauds. I'm like in my head like if you have the same core pieces for 4 years, and the only thing that changed was coaching, and you're playing better with the coaching, I feel like you could sustain that because it's not about how well your like personnel is playing. It's about the team is as good as their coach, in my opinion. Like you can have like 5 starters that aren't all stars and still be a 5th seed, like pretty easily. But the Cavs have the ability to have 2 all stars and are the number 1 seed with a very smart coach that plays very high IQ basketball. And like it's not like their defense isn't lacking, their offense isn't lacking. I think they're top 8 in defense, they're top 10 in defense, and I think they're number 1 offensive rated team in the league.
Number one offense. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, and they sustained that through more than halfway through the season. So it's time to start like people like start to realize like, okay, this team's for real. But the knack towards them when it comes to playoffs is playoff experience. Don't forget, Donovan Mitchell has not missed. I don't think he's missed the playoffs since he's been in the league. Correct? Yeah. I mean, that's more than experience enough right there.
But let me ask you a question, right? You said like the same core, but like change the coach. Now, what if you had the same core and you kept the coach?
I don't think the team would be the same. I don't think they
But
would be the number
but
one
that
seed. Right?
but that's the Celtics.
That's
Like
true.
you have the same core for like 7 years, and you just
Mm-hmm.
keep the coach. And like here's the reason that I think the Celtics are gonna do it. Um, if I'm while you were talking, I was kind of going through my head about like what teams have come out of the West and what teams have come out of the East, right?
Yeah.
And as far as I can think, there's been at least one player on each of those teams that you could argue is a top 5 player in the league, aside from the Pistons in '04, I
Yeah.
think.
No, I.
And maybe the Celtics in '08. That's about like actually
Yeah. No.
them and the Spurs in 13. But besides that, like I think like as of recent in the past 10 years, like you could say Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kawhi Leonard,
Jokic, Giannis.
Jokic, Giannis, the Suns team. That's the model that the Cavs would want to follow, I think,
Yeah.
because that's the only one I can think of now that I mentioned it, that D Book was the best player. He was probably like at best like top 12,
I think he was playing
top
top
10.
top 10 that season.
Yeah. And I wouldn't say Mitchell is necessarily playing top 10 basketball this season, in my opinion at least. Like I would say that whole team is playing like really like sound fundamental basketball, and that like they're probably like the best or second best team in the league. But when it comes to the playoffs, like we've seen teams like this before, right? Like take the Thunder like last season,
Mm-hmm.
where like you could argue Shea is a top 5 player in the league. I think a lot of people wouldn't have made that argument. I think I might have been the only one who made the argument that he's a top 5 player in the league like
I think
easily.
that should have been pretty easy. He finished second
No,
MVP.
because no, because you would say, I mean, you would say what Jokic, Giannis. People would have said Embiid. People would have said Luca. Like people would
True.
have said Tatum. Like like you could like
Tatum
I would
over
have said
Shea
he's
is crazy, bro.
you could have said that last season and people wouldn't have like he won the championship, right?
That is true.
But I mean, this season I don't think it's really an argument, but that's besides the point. Like, we got bounced in the second round, maybe because we couldn't have that like second player take the next step, right? Like Shea averaged 32 in the series against Dallas, but like J Dub couldn't get more than 14 up. Like, let's say Mitchell averages 28 in a second round series. Like, do we trust Garland? Do we trust Mobley? Do we trust Allen to be that second piece in the playoffs? Whereas on the Celtics in the playoffs, we don't even know if like Brown is the one or Tatum's the one. Like that's how good both of them are.
How good both of them are. Yeah.
That's the only reason I'd hesitate, because like if you look at the rosters, like I'd say the Cavs are better. Like they have
Mhm.
like a deeper bench. They have a more consistent starting five. Like maybe the best of the Celtics is better than the best of the Cavs, but the worst of the Cavs is much better than the worst of the Celtics.
That's true.
So like I would just say that Tatum and Brown sort of playoff like experience kind of pushes them forward. But
Yeah.
I mean, I know you think the Cavs are. We shouldn't doubt the Cavs, right?
I'm not like saying like 100% the Cavs are going to be in the finals. I just think like, well, my whole thing is if you look at the series the Celtics played in last year, the Heat series, they were down like Jimmy almost the whole time, right? Or no, the Cavs series, they didn't have Donovan Mitchell after the first. Donovan Mitchell played like the first two games, and then he was hurt the rest of the game. And
Yeah,
last season, the Cavs were known to be a great defensive team.
yeah.
Then the next round, they played the after the Cavs. Who did they play?
You're talking about wait. You're mixing me up. You said Jimmy Butler and
No,
you
no.
said Mitchell. Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about last season playoff series. First round, the Cavs played the Celtics, right? Was that first round or second round?
That was second round
Second
because
round. They played the Heat first round.
the Celtics played the Heat first round.
Yeah, Celtics played the Heat first round. So if you look at that Heat team didn't have Jimmy for like I think all four games. That Heat team
Yeah.
wasn't good defensively last season. They're not
Oh,
good.
You're talking about the Celtics playoff run. Okay, you're
Yeah,
saying okay.
Celtics
Yeah,
playoff
yeah.
run from last season.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then if you look at that Cavs team again wasn't fully healthy.
Yeah, they're banged up. Yeah.
Yeah, banged up. Then you go to the Pacers team that were like probably one of the top five offensive, one of the, like the worst defenses in the league the whole season.
Yeah. And Hallie
My
got hurt too.
and Hallie got hurt too. My thing is the Cavs have the personnel to like defend the Celtics pretty well, in my opinion. Especially even if they don't have that guard defenders in Mobley, in Donovan Mitchell, throughout the series, you're gonna have Evan Mobley on Jason Tatum. That's a pretty tough task, in my opinion. Because Tatum plays
You
a
think
four.
so?
Yeah, Tatum plays a four for the Celtics.
Ooh,
Mobley plays
bro,
a
I
four.
don't know. That might be rough for Mobley, bro.
You think
Tatum gets in
so?
his bag. Tatum gets in his bag, bro. I mean, okay. In my opinion, like it's just like Tatum's the kind of offensive player that like no one's gonna be able to guard him. So like, could Evan Mobley put up a good shot? Yeah, of course. But like, I
I
worry
feel like
that
I feel like
he's too
Tatum.
tall, bro.
Yeah, I mean Mobley's what 7 feet.
Yeah, bro. Guarding
That
Tatum is a
wingspan.
tough ask. I thought you'd say a Coro might be. I think it might start a Coro and put a Coro on Tatum.
I would put a Okoro on Brown because Okoro is really good at trying
Yeah.
to get over screens, and Jaylen Brown plays more in the pick and roll than Jason Tatum. So that's kind of where my
Yeah.
thought process was with that.
Okay. Yeah.
And like, if you have Okoro on Brown, like obviously, I don't think he's gonna shut Brown down or anything, but it's gonna make Jaylen Brown's life pretty difficult. And then Mobley on Tatum, I think it's a pretty hard matchup for Jason Tatum because Tatum
Here's
relies on a lot of, especially when they're taller defenders, it's a lot of fadeaway, like mid ranges, things like that. And his shot has to be on. And if you remember in the finals, like his shot wasn't like he wasn't like draining like step backs, fadeaways pretty consistently. So I
hmm.
think like that defensive versus offensive like competition, like it's a lot closer than people think. And I feel like the Cavs, out of anybody in the league, in my opinion, defensively, maybe other than the Rockets, but the Rockets are too young, are probably the team that can match up against the Celtics in like in a series.
Nah, low key, I might lean the opposite way. You know why? So, like, you're saying Mobley on Tatum, Okoro slash Dean Wade slash whatever on Jaylen Brown, right?
Yeah,
Now, now you have Jarrett Allen on Porzingis. So, like, Jarrett Allen's value like immediately goes away as soon as he steps 5 feet away from the basket.
that's true.
So what I was thinking. Okay, hear me out because this might be a little extreme. We could clip this, bro. This could be a little wild. So I'm saying Jarrett Allen on Derek White,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
You put Evan Mobley on Porzingis,
Okay.
in like you shift everyone down, right? But you put
Mhm.
Jarrett Allen on like Derek White or on like Drew Holiday or
Okay.
whatever. So like to just like have Jarrett Allen like roam free as like kind of a free safety
Yeah.
because I don't think I don't think he can like run a Porzingis. Like if as soon as Porzingis gets on the outside, Jarrett Allen's useless because like
That's
what the hell is
true.
he gonna do with Porzingis the ball? But
Hmm.
Mobley is not. Jarrett Allen like could really funnel people into they could funnel people into the paint towards Jarrett Allen. That would be like a recipe for success. I'm sure Missoula's probably cooking up some nonsense right now about like how to get Jarrett Allen out of the game.
He's
But
definitely
like
sitting in his bed in like in his penthouse, like thinking
yeah,
about
yeah,
that finals matchup in like 2 months down the road.
dead ass like a psychopath. But like it's why it's so hard to match up with them because they have five like capable players. That's why like Thunder fans are so eager to see like Chet and Ihart because
Yeah.
like that's a matchup nightmare. Like I think the Celtics are a matchup nightmare. I think even like the Celtics guarding the Cavs, like because you have to have to make your argument for you, right?
Hmm.
Like you have to have
Wait, no,
Porzingis
no.
on the other end.
Yeah.
Porzingis on the other end, right? Let's say Porzingis guards Mobley. Now you have now that's a mess. But then you have to slide someone else down. Probably Tatum guarding Jarrett Allen,
Yeah.
right? But no,
Allen's
but
about to
you
grab 20 boards a game.
yeah. So it's like I think both of them are like nightmares for each other in a way, which is why I want to watch the game so bad.
Yeah. So at that point, like you just said, it comes down to which coach game plans better.
And bro,
And
you couldn't
if
pay
we're
me to
coming
bet
to that
against
point,
Missoula.
just
You couldn't
what
pay
just
me to
like
get
we just
against
said, Joe
Missoula.
Mazzulla he's a psychopath when it comes to coaching. So,
Dude, he probably
but
has like the Quizlet notes ready right now on the Cavs, bro.
but like this whole conversation just shows how interesting of a matchup that would be.
Dude, split up like like as like
Like in my
shout out.
opinion, that matchup can either go like 4-1 either way, or it can go 7 series either way. Like it just
Okay,
depends on like how good like the other team adjusts to like that first game.
shout out Shrimon, like my friend, and yeah, well, I think you probably knew him from the Crossroads North too, but he massive Knicks fan. He wants to come on the pod, but he was trying to talk to me about this. But like, dude, if the Knicks actually put it together, right?
Robinson,
They're the biggest nightmare. Cause like you have Brunson, right?
yeah.
Best footwork. I think best or second best footwork by a guard in the league. Top three. We can put Shea, him, and Kyrie in like a conversation,
Hmm.
right? And like you have two of the best wing defenders in the league
Yeah.
in um Bridges and Anunoby. You have Josh Hart. Well, I don't even know what position he plays anymore. And
I don't even know what like he's really good at. I just know he's like
yeah,
decent at everything.
yeah. And
Except
then
rebounding, he's a center.
you have in his own words the best shooting big man of all time.
Yeah.
That's a nightmare too, bro.
That is a nightmare. But for them, like they can go out and score 100. My problem with them is like they can go out and score 150 points a game, but they'll go out and give up 180 points a game.
Yeah, Cat's a bit of an
And
yeah.
I don't see Mitchell Robinson helping that drastically. Like Knicks fans think like he's some sort of like top 5 defensive player in the league when he's healthy. Like no, he's not.
Think you think they make a move for like Gafford or something? I don't know. Not Gafford literally, but that kind of player.
I think they would have to give up more of their bench to do that, and they have no bench already.
Tyler Kolek versus Achua.
Like who? Like if like a trade comes on your table and you see like Tyler Kolik's a cool prospect. We were talking about like a decent amount in the summer, and then like you
Yeah,
see Precious' name. Like, are you really gonna click like, oh, I bet let me accept this
nah,
trade? Yeah,
nah. If that shit comes on 2K, I'm adding 3 more first round picks to that. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, exactly.
It's an
Speaking of
interesting
2K,
discussion though.
sidetrack, the Timberwolves won NBA championship in my career in 2K.
All right,
I
moving
won.
on.
Yeah, I
I
won
I
Finals
think.
MVP, guys. 15 assists per game, 6 points.
Nah, Jesus Christ. But I think the crazy part is Arguably the second best player in the league or third best player in the league, and Giannis isn't even being discussed right now.
Yeah,
Like maybe is like and like I don't really think their team is too much of a threat, but like with a player like that in the playoffs, anything's possible too.
yeah, because you you can't you can't guard him, bro. Like it's the
Well, the
only way you
Raptors say
can.
otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, like the only way you can guard him, in my opinion, is if you like put like Wemby in front of him and like Wemby gains like 30, 40 pounds.
Yeah, or you just commit. But like the issue is like with this iteration of the Bucks team, you can actually commit three to him. Because
Yeah,
like
because they don't have any
let
shooters.
yeah, let's say you match up one with Dame, and you put three on Giannis, and you have. Are you really scared of Pat Connaughton and like
Like, are you scared of Andre Jackson Jr.?
on offense? On
Yeah,
defense for sure, that guy's a
on defense
menace.
for
But
sure, not on offense.
yeah,
Like, are we
on
are we
offense.
scared of Gary Trent Jr. and Torian Prince in 2025? No.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
shout out Giannis. I wanted to include him in the conversation at least. But one team that we should be including is the Sixers.
Yeah.
And my God, they are terrible.
Are
But
they some booty cheeks?
but they're in the East, which is their blessing because they're only 2 games out of the play-in. If the same exact team was in the West, they
They'd be the
would be
14th seed.
they'd be the 14th seed, so they'd be 7 games out of the play-in.
Crazy.
So one, they should think they're lucky stars that they're like in Philadelphia. But are there playoff? Now let's talk about playoff instead of play-in. Are there playoff hopes dead or alive?
So, I mean, how many games has Embiid played this season?
I'm gonna assume 15. That's my guess.
15 out of like 45 so far.
Yeah,
Just like
he's played
ratio
13 games.
13 games. Ratio wise, we'll go 29 games played the whole regular season. The remaining 16 games, let's say they win 12 of the games he plays in those remaining 16. Or let's not even say 12, bro. Let's say 10. 10 of the games they win in those 16 games that he plays, they'll 10 more wins, 26. All right. In the games he doesn't play, let's give them like 6 wins. 32
Nah,
wins in the season.
nah, because let's see, he didn't play today, and they beat the Cavs. So you gotta put some respect on Tyrese Maxey's name.
I mean, Tyrese Maxey's dirty and all, bro, but like he
Yeah,
has zero help.
here's my counter, right? I think they're gonna be fine
You think so?
because you're competing with Chicago, who doesn't even want to win.
Mm-hmm.
Miami,
Don't know what
who
the fuck they're doing.
I don't even want to play basketball.
Yeah.
So you have those two, right? Now, let's say they sneak into the play. I think they get into the play-in because I think they can make up 2 games against the Bulls. The Bulls want a draft pick. Like they're
Yeah.
considering paying Josh Giddey to play basketball. Like that's how bad that situation is in Chicago. So like let's say they get the 10, right? Like if you ask me honestly, would I pick them or Atlanta in a series? Like I'm probably gonna take the Sixers, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Or in a game.
What happens if? Oh yeah, because it's playing one game. So yeah, the Sixers. If Embiid's healthy, yeah, you take it. You take.
So I'm saying, and then like let's say they play the Pistons, or let's say they play the Pacers. It's definitely a toss up, bro. It's not. It's definitely not out of the equation that they have like 35 wins and sneak into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. That's a possibility for them. Just like it's just really, really like disappointing when you have. Did Maxi? How much money is Maxi making
42, I
a year?
think he
So
would have
you have
signed for.
3 people making in total over 170 mil a year. Like if you have 3 people like that, like you should be a solidified top 4 seed in your conference. Like holding injuries back, even if like Joel got hurt, you still have 2 top like 30 perennial players in the league. Like Tyrese Maxey, in my opinion, should be a top 20, 25 player in the league. I think like
Yeah,
that's how good he is. Paul George, before the season, I thought he could still be a top 30 player in the league, but clearly not the case. I just think like it's on PG. Like that's my whole thing. Like
yeah, because
you left the Clippers to go get a max contract. You got a max contract and you're not performing to the level you're supposed to be performing.
it's just disastrous managing, right? Because like I think everyone knows that Embiid's gonna play between 45 to 50 games a year from now on. Like that's
Yeah.
just like he's like 7'2", he's like 370 pounds. Like it's just too much weight for like a human being to keep
Mhm.
running down the floor like that. Like it's not even his fault
Yeah.
anymore, just like the state of like reality. Like this is what we're gonna expect from him. So clearly their goal was to build a team that can win like enough games to stay afloat so that like when he comes back and like let's say like a 4, 6, 5 seed, they can make like waves in the playoffs.
Mhm.
But to do that, you signed a bunch of veterans, which is fine. But like your cornerstone to like do this is like an equally as injury prone player. Like
Yep.
if they were to do this right, and it was like Devin Booker, for example, that was the player, then I think we'd be seeing different results right now.
Mhm.
But
100.
like you have a player who isn't playing games like he's playing games the same frequency that Embiid is. Like he's not like PG's played 40 games, he probably played 25 games a season max. So it's like you've done all this work to create this team, and now you're just wasting like Maxi's prime. You're wasting like the rest of what maybe Embiid's short-lived career, and like now Paul George just like took the bag and is like averaging 16 points a game. He's worse than Tobias Harris.
Like Embiid is already 30 years of age. With his health in question, I think he has 3 like really good years maybe left in him. That's if he plays like 40 to 50 games a season, like you said. And like even like playing 40 to 50 games a season, like he's not gonna be able to like qualify for any like in-season awards or anything like that either. So like
Yeah,
oh that like I feel like he won his MVP at the perfect time. Like
dude,
that was one at like the season he could have won it, and then like after that like it was just went downhill.
yeah, dude. Because last season like if games played didn't exist, he would have won last season.
Yeah,
Like
he was
he
averaging
was
33,
36. He's averaging
35 points
36.
per
Yeah,
game.
yeah. Like
Like
people forget how unguardable this guy really is when he actually like plays basketball.
mm-hmm.
Like like dude, a team like Phoenix, bro, like like they should look at like screw Jimmy Butler, trade for this guy. Cause
Yeah.
like they low-key have like cause like the surely the asking price can't be too high for like a player who's like barely able to walk. But
Mm-hmm.
like they have the team to like they have the team to like hold it afloat until this is so like hypothetical, probably so stupid, but like they have the team to hold it afloat while Embiid's gone. And then imagine them when Embiid's back, all they're missing is Zenner.
Yep. And like even if they wanted to get rid of like PG's contract, no team in the league from this point onwards is taking that contract. Like he is stuck on the Sixers or he's getting cut. It's like one thing or the other.
Yeah, bro. It's a mess. Horribly mismanaged.
I mean, he did have like a PG
Great
kind of
game tonight. Great
yeah.
game tonight. Great game tonight. But
But
like
like even like last season, if you really saw him play, he was really like kind of went into like the mold of being like a really streaky scorer. Like there would be nights where he would drop like 5, 7 points a game, or and there'd be nights where he would drop like 30, 35. Like his like consistency last season was very like doubtful in my mind.
yeah, I don't know, man. It's like I like Embiid. I'm one of the people that actually like him. Like I think I like seeing like players who are that great like make good with their career.
Oh yeah.
It's just like it's just a shame that like he's gonna be one of the people we should tell our like kids about like, oh my god, you know how good he was? Like if he didn't do this, this and this, like if they didn't do this, this and this, he would have been so good. Like this is like a future Hall of Famer we're talking about. That's just
Yeah.
like gonna go down as like one of the most hated players and one of the most like overrated players in the league.
Like his like last like 4 seasons in the league have been 29 points per game, 31, 33, 35. Even this season he's like averaging like 25 even though he's only played 13 games.
Yeah, he's
Like
crazy.
those are some crazy numbers, bro.
He's crazy.
And all with like double digit rebounds as well. So like he's pretty good. Like yeah.
He's all right.
He's all right. Yeah.
We should close the pod out by talking about like teams who are actually playing decent basketball who might not make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the people at like the bottom of the Western Conference.
Yeah.
Because you have
And
teams. I think who's in the running for this? 5 through 12 is a 4 game difference. So between
yeah.
the Lakers and the Spurs, that's kind of like the Spurs could be the 5 seed technically.
Yeah. And then
So
in between the 5 and 9 seed, it's a 2-game difference.
Exactly.
So this
So
is this is
one,
crazy.
like, let's predict who's gonna. We can think about who's gonna be 5 and 6, but we can just think about who's not gonna make the playoffs. Because for me,
I don't think the
it's.
Warriors will.
I don't think the Kings will, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, the Kings have been hot, but I don't see them. Yeah. That team has 0 bench after bringing Monk into the starting lineup. That has
How how long is Luca out for?
Luca he's going to be reevaluated in another couple weeks, I think.
We invited 1 month after January 14th to the 24th. Yeah, 3
February
weeks.
14th.
So February 14th, okay, Valentine's Day, we find out if Luca's back or not. So reevaluated. That means they aren't even going to take a look at him before Valentine's Day, which means he's
Yeah,
only going to be back like a week or two after that. Okay,
after that.
so they have to survive until essentially March 1st
And no Derek
without
Lively for 2 months or a
2 to 3
month.
months. Fractured foot.
Yeah, fractured foot.
He's done, bro. Wait, fractured foot's really like. There's no way it's only two to three
February,
months. I know.
March.
I know they said that, but like,
Playoffs start end of March or end of April, middle of April, right?
yeah, yeah. I guess
Yeah.
like April like 12th or something.
Yeah. January, February, March. I mean, he can maybe come back like right for game 1 of the playoffs if they make the playoffs or play in or something like that.
I mean, like the Mavs play like really good against us, but like
They played great
Loki
against us
really
too.
Loki really bad against like most of the league.
Yeah.
Let's say they're right now at 24 and 21. They went 4 and 6 in their last 10.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it could be dicey by the time Luca has enough time to like get back and drag him back up, but like it
I
could be
mean,
dicey for them too.
tomorrow they play the Celtics, so
They're gonna get whooped.
yeah. Wizards, Pelicans back to back. That could be good for them. Then
It could be good for them.
Pistons, Cavs. Listen to these next 4 games. Pistons, Cavs, Sixers, Celtics, Rockets.
That's like 1 and 4.
Yeah. So that's already I think that's putting them 1 under 500 if we're going like past those games with like the seed
Yeah.
with adding those.
Thing is, they're like if Luca plays, they're like a top 4 team in the West.
100%.
So
And Clay's
it's
also
like
how long is Clay out for? Even though like I don't really think that makes that big of a difference.
not too long, I don't think.
But I just told you about the strength of schedule for the Mavs. I'll tell you about the Wolves. So tomorrow we play the Nuggets. I think we're always in contention when we play the Nuggets. It's a dicey game, especially with our season so far. But if we play good, we could win.
Worth
Then we
watching,
play
wouldn't gamble on it.
what happened?
Worth watching, wouldn't gamble on it.
Yeah, 100%. That's something. Anthony Edwards against the Nuggets, I wouldn't bet against him, but we'll see.
Mm-mm.
After that, we have the Hawks and Suns and Jazz and Wizards. Those should be 4 games that, especially
You
being
should
an 8
win.
seed in such a tight race and how like tight it is, you should be on top of it and be able and go out and with the mindset to win those games.
You should go 4-1 in your next 5.
After the Wizards game, it's Kings Bulls. Kings, we've been really good against this year. Bulls have always had our number since like last 3 or 4 years. It's made no sense to me. No matter how good we are and how bad they are, they always try to beat us.
That's
Then
funny.
after that, it's Rockets, Blazers. We've lost to the Blazers twice, so maybe we'll lose that. Rockets, Blazers, Cavs, Bucks,
Oh
Thunder,
no. Oh
Rockets,
no.
Thunder.
Okay, so you guys have to like win your next like 7 games because you're gonna lose your next 6 after that.
Hey,
Oh my
chill,
god.
chill, chill, relax. But yeah, I think that
Because
those 3 games against you guys, I'm
have you
shit
have
scared for
you
that.
have you noticed that like I think Ashley also during that 2 game stretch is when we expect Chet to be back by the way, but as well by the way.
Against us?
Yeah, that's the time frame. Yeah.
Dog.
But
I don't want to
what
see
do you
Rudy Gobert guarding Chet, bro.
nah, Chet's probably coming off the bench for his first few games, I'd imagine. But
But like
dude,
that whole Western Conference is crazy. I think the Spurs can make a run. Wemby's getting better and better as the season's going on.
they gotta make a move low key. Like they need like a third player, in my opinion.
You think so?
Yeah, like how's Vassell been doing? Has he been playing? I heard
Yeah,
much
he's
about him.
been the past like week he's been playing pretty well.
Yeah, and Harrison Barnes is all right. Like they got, I think they need like one more piece. Nothing too crazy, but like who's a name on the block that would actually make sense for them?
Devin Vassell's last 5 games, 23, 21, 21, 23, 25.
Ooh, bro, imagine they could snipe BI.
That'd be
Like
crazy,
something like
bro.
that, you know, someone who's like values like kind of low because the situation they're in, but like could actually contribute a lot to like a
Is
winning
healthy right
cause.
now?
I don't tap into Pelicans basketball at all. Like
Yeah,
I make
neither
it a
do I.
mission not to, but he's been hurt and he's been out since what? Oh my God, he's been out since December 7th. Am I tripping?
Jesus Christ.
We are not tapped in.
Yeah, we are not tapped into Pelicans basketball at all.
Alright. Our bad, Pelicans fans. DBI apparently missed 15 straight games. God damn it. Okay.
Jesus. What injury
Alright,
is he dealing with?
left ankle. Okay, so sorry. Spurs do not tap into BI.
Yeah.
Pause. That's crazy. Well, I think as for predictions go, I think like the Lakers are pretty safe. I think.
I think the
I
Clippers are
think
safe.
really not. I think y'all might beat the Clippers. I'm not gonna lie.
Who are the Clippers? Well, Kawhi's good now. How has he been playing since he's come back?
All right.
He's been okay. Are you expecting Kawhi to come back and give you 24 points per game?
No, not anymore.
How much
Yeah,
you think he's like 20?
dude. Like at the rate that Harden and Norm Powell are playing, he can give me 17, and I'll be cool with it.
Okay. And then like decent enough defense.
Yeah.
But like
Because Norm's the one right now. Like he's gonna give you 24, 24, 25. You got Harden giving you like a good like 16 and 10. Like Kawhi just needs to be that third piece that can kind of remember like the keep bringing back the Thunder. Remember like the CP Shea, those Thunder where it's just
yeah,
like no one's really averaging like 27, but like we have four people averaging 20.
yeah.
Like and we are like the 4 seed. That's like I thought that would be like their most ideal like model where like you
That's
just have a
kind of what
bunch
the
of like
Kings are looking at right
decent
now
players.
too though.
The Kings.
Yeah.
Kings are terrible though.
Yeah. It's their defense, bro. They have no defensive personnel on their team except for Keon Ellis.
Oh, bro, get Fox with Wemby. Bro, that would be nice.
That'd be crazy. That would
Dude,
I think that would make them a top 4 seed.
bro, sell the farm for Fox, bro. He's nice. Get him with Wemby.
De'Aaron Fox is dirty, bro.
Bro, trade the farm. Who they got? Trade Blake Wesley.
Trade Jeremy Sohan.
Trade Jeremy Sohan, trade Keldon Johnson, trade the
Trade
picks.
Trey Jones.
Trade the picks. Like
Trade the picks. Yeah, like I mean,
do
you
it.
don't really need the picks. You have a 21-year-old 7'5" center that's gonna be playing basketball on your team for the next 12, 13 years. So you should be good with that.
Yeah. Trade anyone. Like Loki, you can trade Vassell too, but like try to keep him.
Nah, I would keep Vassell as like a really, really good third option if they can get Fox.
No, because Loki, they can.
They
Oh,
can
they
get a
can
lot
trade.
from Vassell, in my
They can
opinion.
trade Stephon Castle. They can trade Stephon Castle.
I forgot they even had him. Dude.
Yeah, they can trade Stephon Castle. All right, Kings. Kings, please trade for Wemby.
No, you mean Spurs, please trade for Fox.
Oh yeah.
The Kings better not do that shit. Yo.
All right, I'm gonna edit that out. First, please trade for Fox. Loki, though, the Kings. I'm not gonna try to save myself.
You think if the Kings traded for Wemby, they'd be
Top four, top four, top
easy.
four.
Yeah.
Bro, that might be better than the Spurs trading for Fox. You got Fox, Sabonis, and Wemby. Holy.
I mean, you don't think you'd give up Sabonis for Wemby?
Nah, just trade the next like 10 drafts.
So give them DeMar, Malik.
Give him Loki the rest of the team and
All
like
right,
find a way
Keegan
to make it
Murray,
work with like
Keegan Murray,
yeah.
Keon Ellis, Malik Monk, DeMar DeRozan, Kevin Herter. Kevin Herter's ass better be out of there, bro. He's so bad, bro.
You gotta sneak him in. Nah, shout out Kevin Herter, UMD alum, but you gotta
Yeah, I
get
know
out of
he's
there.
a UMD alum, but he's so bad, bro. He's so bad. Not
Yeah.
doing the redheaded basketball players good justice in the NBA. Only Dante is a baller with a ginger top. That's Dante's club, bro.
Yeah, but he got turfed on a
Yo,
hardwood.
chill, bro. Chill. Relax.
That is crazy though. Okay. All right, so we've gotten the Spurs trade for De'Aaron Fox, and we think it's probably gonna be the Warriors, and I think the Kings. You think?
I think Warriors and the Warriors won't make it. What are we thinking about the Suns? You think that Nick Richard trade is gonna help them?
I'm just not betting against Kevin Durant.
Yeah. You think he's gonna make the playoffs or just like the play in at least?
Play in at least.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't want to see the Suns in the first round, bro.
Yeah, that would be. You guys beat them, bro. I said
We'd
the
win,
same.
but I
I
don't
said
want
the
to see
same thing
like
last year, bro. I said the same thing
I don't want
last
to
year.
see Kevin Durant.
Yeah, but like, dude, let KD drop 35 points a game in the playoffs. You have three guards to hound Devin Booker all night long, and
Not because
that's what we.
they might not have Nurkic, and that's a disadvantage for us.
That's true. They had Nurkic when we played them, and that helped us a lot when we played them last year. Because
Yeah.
the last year, if you remember, like we got swept by the Suns in the regular season. So like when I saw we had to play the Suns, I was shitting myself. I was so scared. Then like first game came and I saw like Nurkic in the playoffs, like, and I was like, all right, Rudy versus Nurkic. All right, like take Nurkic out of the equation. Jaden, or I think it was Ant on Beal. Take Beal out of the equation. Then we had Jaden on K, or no, we had Cat on KD. We didn't have Jaden on KD. We had Cat on KD. Let KD drop 35. I think that was the point of putting Cat on him. Then you have Jaden on Booker. Booker, I think, averaged like 15 points per game that series. So like, if you guys play that way, I think you guys got it.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes. So much time left in the season, but
Because that point guard spot, like, it's even with that Tyus Jones trade, like that point guard spot is still a little iffy.
it is a little iffy.
Because with the rotations of Beal coming off the bench and everything like that, that means Bradley Beal is still playing some sort of point guard minutes. And when he's on the floor as a point guard minute, he's a negative on the court.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
But yeah, I think realistically, I'm gonna take the Warriors and Kings falling out. Yeah, I'll take the Warriors and Kings falling out. Yo, whoa, what? Bro, no, what? No. I was on a different tab looking at standings. I didn't see that shit. Yo, chill. Hell no.
Yeah.
I would kill myself, bro. I would probably hop on the Thunder bandwagon fans if that happened, bro. I'd become a Thunder fan at that point. If we traded for Beal, bro, hell no. Even if Ant was still on the team, bro, nope, that would never. But yeah,
True.
do you think 1 through 4 is gonna stay the same, or do you think the Nuggets are gonna stay the 4? You don't think they can make a push with? I feel like they're figuring it out a little bit more now.
Nah, but so are the Rockets and the Grizzlies. Everyone's figured it out, you know? Like they're all like hard matchups.
I still think that like the Rockets, like every time we've played them, like that's what I'm basing it off of. Like they're pretty like they're a really good team, but they're beatable if you have like the experience or if you have like that star power. So like in my opinion, like I would take if the Wolves become like a 7 seed, I would take the Rockets in a 7-game series. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah. But I think as a regular season team, like they're so young, it's got a lot of people waking up for like games that like maybe like the Nuggets wouldn't necessarily wake up for. You know?
That's
Like
true.
the Nuggets have like a bad loss in them. But like
Do you see which one of the teams out of the Grizzlies and the Rockets do you think would make a further push in the playoffs? The Grizzlies?
Memphis.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty good in the playoffs. Except against they lost when they were the 2nd seed. They lost against the Lakers first round, right? Yeah, that season, but Ja was pretty young that year. But I think the Grizzlies are a really good team, dude. They're not talked about enough either in the West.
Yeah. It's because like they play they don't really play too many national TV games, and like
Yeah.
they play a lot of games like not healthy. Like they played us essentially without their like top nine, and like we like smoked them. So I kind of want to see him healthy for an extended stretch of basketball before I like coordinate him or something. But
Mhm. They're a force to be reckoned with, especially when it comes like rebounding. Like that's a struggle against them a
yeah,
lot. They have Zach
yeah,
Edey
and
and Jaren
Edie,
Jackson Jr. together. Like even though Jaren's not like we've talked about this before, he only averages like 6 rebounds a game, but he's a big body in the paint. So
yeah,
trying to get a body on him is hard. I
yeah,
think when we played them, we got out rebounded by almost 20 against them, and we have like a top 5 rebounder, like technically speaking, in the league, like as we should, and it still
yeah.
happened. But yeah, the West has been cooking something up for the past like 3-4 years. So I feel like the race is just gonna keep getting tighter and tighter as the season goes on. Like I really believe the Wolves can like figure it out, especially if I think the key for the Wolves is Rob Dillingham getting more increased minutes as the season goes on. And I feel like if he can start playing consistent basketball and turns over the ball a little bit less and gets to that point of playing 15, 20 minutes a night, and then at that point Dante comes back, we'll be in a good place. Like Julius is playing pretty good basketball right now. The shooting numbers aren't crazy or anything. He's only averaging 19 points a game, but I feel like he's kind of stepped away from like the ISO ball. And like he said in the interview, like he was like me and Chris Finch talked about like the whole like scenario, and he like both of them said like we want this thing to work out like right away, but like realistically speaking, like these kind of things take time. Like truthfully, that's exactly what he said. He was like both of us and Ant too, like we want to win right now. Like as an NBA player, you want to win right now. But like shaking up a team like that and the trade, like you're changing your game plan a lot. So as a fan, like I feel like the Wolves can still be a 6 seed, but that's my hope. I think if we can get the 6 seed and then Dante comes back, we can make a push in the playoffs because I could see us beating the Grizzlies or the Rockets in a 7-game series pretty easily.
I don't know pretty easily,
I
but
wouldn't
yeah,
say pretty
yeah,
easy. Yeah, I wouldn't say pretty
yeah,
easily.
yeah.
Yeah,
But I pick you guys.
yeah. You guys, I feel like you guys are 100% the favorites to come out the West. I think the hardest matchup for you guys would be the Mavs if they were healthy.
Yeah, Thunder Twitter won't shut up about how good the Mavs are,
Yeah,
but
but
we'll see.
again, this season, like those games against the Mavs, I don't really think you can
I mean, like, I don't think like we've seen the best of the Mavs. I don't think the Mavs have seen the best of us
see the
yet.
best of you
It's
guys
like,
at the same time.
yeah, it's like one of those like we don't really know because like
But like
the whole
PJ
reason we
Washington
got
always going off against you guys though.
it's crazy, but like
Like,
the whole
you think that's
reason
a
we
game
got
planning
Chet and
mistake, or
Iheart,
do you think that's a game plan mistake, or that's just like him just like having like just like playing good anytime he plays you guys?
mix of both. Like we keep running like this BS 2-3 zone against the Mavs, which I don't really understand like why. Like, cause like if you look at like every single game in that series, it's just like, oh, the corner three is gonna beat us,
Mm-hmm.
and like it always does. Like timely corner threes from PJ Washington, from Josh Green, Maxi Kleber is the reason we lost yesterday. Um, not Josh Green yesterday, but you know. But I think like the second reason we lost is rebounding because Lively and Gafford just overwhelmed Chet. But now Chet Ihart, and now apparently we got this new guy, Brandon Carlson, who's actually like not that bad at basketball.
Yeah, I saw
So
that.
yeah, he has like 15 points or something. I'm like, oh, like shit, all right, bet. Like
Like,
go
you guys
off.
just be getting players randomly.
He's like the white Chet.
Yeah,
So I
I
don't
mean
know.
Chet's already white though.
Not trust. He's like the white Chet.
uh, Chet's bright skin like Hart is.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're bright skin brothers.
Yeah,
But
but Brandon Carlson is not bright skin. He's just white.
yeah, he's 100% white. Anything else you think we should touch on?
Nah, I think we'll leave it at the next episode.
Yeah, I think we touched on everything we should have for now. Do you know when the reserves are going to be coming out for the All Stars?
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday. Okay, so if you guys wait like a week or so, me and Aashrith will give our opinions on the reserves when they come out. Hopefully, people don't get snubbed, but again, I have a feeling some people will. But we just have to keep on waiting until that comes out. And yeah, there's some pretty good games going on tomorrow. If you guys want to check it out, Nuggets versus Wolves. If you want to tune into that, see the Nuggets dick the see the Wolves dick the Nuggets, not the Nuggets dick the Wolves. Not chill. And then the Mavs play the Celtics as well. I don't think you guys want to watch that game because the Celtics are gonna win. So yeah, just keep sticking with us. And yeah, we're gonna be releasing episode 36. Since this was 35, we'll release episode 36 sometime during the early stages of next week. So yeah, peace.
Peace.